welcome everyone to the fourth in this training set on how to do some analysis with Azure Synapse. My name is Charles Feddersen. I'm one of the principal group program managers in the Azure Synapse product team. Really appreciate you making the time today, where I'm going to walk you through primarily the serverless form factor of SQL in Synapse, and how you can use that for both interactive exploration over a variety of different data sources on your data lake. And also we're going to look at how you can use serverless SQL for querying near real-time operational data coming from systems such as Cosmos DB. And really that's a powerful differentiator in Synapse today that really enables you to bring your SQL skills and an ecosystem of perhaps BI applications that sit on top of that SQL platform against this near real-time data without building a whole lot of pipelines and a lot of the tricks that have been required over the years to get that real-time data through pipelines into the system. Now, what I also want to show you today is how we can do streaming in Synapse today. And what I'll show you is a really simple demo just towards the end. It won't be built out of the Knowledge Center, but everything I'm going to show you is publicly available, and I'll direct you to those websites as well so you can set this up for yourself as well. But we're going to build basically a simple telco data scenario of events streaming through event brokers, coming into stream analytics where you can do real-time analysis and ultimately egressing that real-time stream directly into your data warehouse as well. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start at the very top within Synapse Studio. Now, you'll probably be familiar with this if you've spent time in the studio already. This is really the top point where you start your development. Now, serverless is interesting in Synapse. What we're going to do is start in the data hub over here, and I've opened some things already, but I want to start by pointing to the data that we're going to use today. The first, and actually you can probably see a bit of a giveaway from the code here, is Cosmos DB. This is enabled through a feature that we call Synapse Link, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more later. The other is querying directly over our data lake. I'm going to use some data both within a data lake that I have already, and I'm also going to use some data from Azure OpenSets and build on some of the samples that we have in the Knowledge Center within Synapse. Now, with serverless, the way we do this is it's a pay-per-query model, and so pricing is available online, but basically you can think of it as no need to provision any compute clusters or maintain the scalability or elasticity of those clusters. Literally, you walk up to Synapse Studio, as I'm doing here, and by selecting built-in at the top from this Connect to, built-in means serverless. Now you can see I've got some dedicated clusters down here. Some of them are running. That green tick shows that. Some of them are paused, which is the gray dot. But for the context of this session today, except for the streaming at the end, we're going to be focused exclusively on built-in. Now, one of the other things that customers actually often ask us about with respect to serverless is because of that pay-per-query model, they want to understand more about the consistency of the cost and how they can control that. And so by clicking down on the Manage Hub in the portal, you can see that when I mouse over built-in, there's this little icon here that I can click on, and it gives me some controls around how I want to control that cost. And so I can put some limits over my usage or consumption based on the days, weeks, or even months. And this enables me to have some confidence that I'm not going to run an excessive cost when I'm running serverless, because it is that pay-per-query model. It's very flexible, but of course you want to have some controls over that. I won't spend much more time on this today. Now you'll also notice, however, that when we contrast serverless to the pools have a size here. This is the compute size that the cluster is actively running at, or in this case, it would resume to a 3000 scale. In serverless, this is completely automatic. And so I'm issuing the queries. Synapse is managing all of the capacity for me in the cloud to run my queries. And as I said, it's a simple pay-per-query model. And so we designate sizing of that compute as completely automatic. Now let's go back and start to actually run some queries here. So I'll come back, and first I'm actually going to start with Cosmos DB. Now I configured Synapse Link earlier, but for all intents and purposes, consider that this is an operational system running on Cosmos DB, super low latency transactional workload. And what Synapse Link does is effectively provides a change feed of all